Today I want to talk about something very niche that not many people care about, but a small community of people, including myself, are very passionate about. Imagine having the ability to use any instrument from any classic game you love and manipulate it in any way you like. For example, bending the pitch easily with FL Studio's pitch slide note option. Now imagine not having access to that feature anymore. In 2014, the 64-bit version of FL Studio was announced. Many composers were very happy about this. For those of you who do not know, many programs can have 32-bit versions and 64-bit versions. 32-bit versions of programs are usually very outdated and are not optimized for modern 64-bit processors, which are the standard today. The old 32-bit version of FL Studio was getting more and more difficult to use each year, with new plugins for the DAW demanding more and more horsepower that the 32-bit program simply wasn't up to anymore, causing users to experience more slowdown when working on music. The 64-bit version of FL Studio was released, and it was great, but it was missing something very important: the 3D Soundfont player. The 3D Soundfont player wasn't made for the 64-bit version, and the developers have lost the source code for the original 32-bit version. This forced many composers who loved the 3D Soundfont player, including Toby Fox for example, to use the old 32-bit version of FL Studio instead of the fresh, new optimized 64-bit version. Over the years, many users felt frustrated about the lack of a proper 64-bit Soundfont player for FL Studio. Still, fans started using third-party Soundfont player plugins in order to fill the void. But an important thing to mention is that third-party plugins used in FL Studio lack the functionality of native FL Studio plugins, including the famous pitch band, and much more small but beloved details. FL Studio themselves also tried to find a solution, a plugin named Directway, but most people who loved the original 3D Soundfont player found it difficult to use. It just wasn't the same. On the 22nd of December 2021, FL Studio made a new post in their blog. We were about to experience an early Christmas miracle. FL Studio developed a 64-bit version of 3D Soundfont player, and this one was even better than the old one. I was very happy. I always loved using the 3D Soundfont player in my music ever since I started out making music in 2011. It's part of the reason of how I became a composer in the first place. Without 3D Soundfont player back in the day, many starting composers would have never felt the joy of messing around with sound fonts in the most accessible way possible, just dragging and dropping sound font files. It just worked. Many pitches unbended that day, and it was glorious. The final relics of the 32-bit past could finally be left behind us, and the future of the 64-bit FL Studio era that was struggling to be born could finally truly begin in earnest.